What is going on, shorties and shortettes? So, my iPhone has been giving me some issues lately. The storage is filling up, and prioritizing spend on the race car means that I don't really have money to buy a new phone. But yeah, so because of that, I'm using a real camera now, and hopefully that'll improve the quality of the vlogs a little bit. But I do have to use a tripod because my gimbal won't support the weight of the camera. So it's either that or use a GoPro. So anyway, you might notice that we have no engine in the Civic right now. Well, so I actually took it out, and the reason I took it out was because it overheated at Pitt Race, hit 240 degrees Fahrenheit, but it ended up finishing the weekend, so it needs a new head gasket. Dropped the oil, and it didn't look horrible, but it didn't look good. I'm glad I took it out. We're taking it out and just gonna drop the pan and kind of go over it, just because we don't want anything to be broken for championships. And we're gonna give the engine bay a little bit of a bath. I mean, it's pretty dirty. So I really wasn't lying. You know, in addition to it looking like a rat's nest, you know, how fitting, it's also pretty dirty. So we got the engine harness all up in there, and you know, we gotta do some things. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to actually get rid of that booster, and I want to run a honed brake booster delete. You know, I've heard mixed reviews on it as to how good it is, but it's worth trying out if I have it sitting around, so why not? And you know, I also got a bunch of degreaser, so we can just spray it down, clean the engine bay. It's been a long time. I don't really ever clean this car. So what I'd like to do is kind of wheel it out on this jack, and then, you know, push it on the driveway, get it jacked up, and then I have an electric power washer that we can power wash it with. All right. So we're putting the knuckles back together so we can roll the car out and wash it. But our buddy Jackie, she sent us some parts, so I'm gonna open it up and see what she sent us. Yeah. All right. Finally, I finally have low buck stickers. If you know, you know. It's the real OG stuff. Also, this is sick. Honda Challenge Recycling. I don't know if you can see it, but this is also OG stuff. If you know, you know. Thank you, Jackie. That's so cool. And brake pads. It's like Christmas. And I felt my rear caliper season up a little bit, so she sent me some rear calipers. So thank you so much, Jackie. It really means a lot. Alright, we got the stickers back on. So the EJ2 Track Rat sticker was peeling off, but now we got that back on. We got the low buck on. We got the straight ally sticker on there for all my LGBTQ plus peeps. And yeah. Alright, so the process is pretty straightforward. We're just using some degreaser to get in the engine bay. Yeah, just some purple degreaser from Zepp. And just spraying the whole engine bay.
Letting it soak for a little bit, and then we'll just power wash it out and power wash it. But yeah, this car desperately needed this, so hopefully we'll have a clean race car.
It's actually got red in there. I mean, a lot of it is coming off because it's cheap Civic paint from 1993, but yeah, that's like way better. I should have done this a long time ago. But you know, time is the nature of the beast with racing a lot of the time, so kind of doing what I can do as best I can do it. There's some stuff that I'm going to fix while I'm in here. Like I said before, I do need to change that brake pressure sensor. That is too low of a pressure, so I'm going to put a 1600 PSI in there. And other than that, it's not too bad. But like I said, I do want to do that that honed brake booster delete thing. Come on, focus. And yeah, I cleaned the outside a little bit. I have too short of a hose to clean the entire car. I would have to move it into where the BMW is sitting, but I don't have that, so this is as good as it's going to get for now, guys and gals. Alright, y'all. We saw it out in the daylight, but now it's in the garage. Man, it is clean. Love it. So as I mentioned before, I do need to put a honed brake master cylinder delete or brake booster delete in this car. I bought that for $50 from my friend Ben, and he didn't like it. So, and some people don't like them. It's common. I've heard it. Some people, it's got mixed reviews, but I want to try it. This car has always kind of struggled with pedal feel. Right now, what we're using is a 15/16 master cylinder from a 1991 Honda Civic EX. So it's very, very specific. And the problem with it is finding it if your stuff breaks while you're at the track is going to be really difficult, right? So I actually got this. This is an Integra Type R Reman master cylinder made by Adler, which is a Japanese company apparently. I didn't know about that. And I'm bench bleeding it right now. So what that is basically just I made these little lines a long time ago. They're brake lines. I bought a line from AutoZone and just cut it in half. And it just goes from here and here into here. And then you basically just press this. And then you try to get air out of the system while you're pressing it. You know, there's other ways to do it. You can like plug one hole, and then on the push in, and then on the push out, you plug the other hole. That's a lot of work, so I just made that. I keep it in the toolbox, and it comes in handy from time to time. But the benefit of running something like this is it's a little bit more easy to find, right? So I have a little bit of slack in these brake lines, so I can probably push this one over a little bit to make it come and sit on the top. And then this one back here luckily has a bunch of loops in it because I measured incorrectly, so I can just wrap that around the other side. So that's super convenient for me. So we're in the process of basically doing this honed booster delete kit, and yeah, like I said, so we're bleeding this now. There's going to be a lot of volume in this reservoir, so I'm stoked about that. More than this one for sure. The only thing that we have to do to make it as good as the other one that I was running is do something like this, where I put a Schrader valve in the cap so that I can bleed the car without having to, you know, step on the brake and blah blah blah. So we're gonna put a Schrader valve in the other cap, and it should be good. But yeah. All right, and we're going to now take part in my least favorite activity about owning a race car. And that's basically going underneath of the dash so that we can get the brake pedal out. Oh no. All right. Yep. That's what you think it is. So this is a historical piece of history here. This is actually cardboard from when I ran in 2019 Champs. I had a 13/16 master cylinder OEM to the car, and the pedal travel was really long. So to make up for it, I took a bunch of cardboard and tape and wrapped it up. And now I'm going to take it off because I should have enough pedal pressure, pedal height, you know, with the new master cylinder that I shouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Worst case scenario, I'll put the tape back on again, but, you know, who knows.
So to install the Hone kit, you need to modify the brake pedal by drilling a hole in it. But since I didn't have the template for this, I had to make my own.
Alright, now we gotta just measure 25 millimeters from here. So we got 25, like that. So I think what they want me to do is actually make the distance from here to here the same as the distance up here. That would make a little more sense based on what the diagram showed on their website for the install instructions. Again, this isn't really their fault. This is just me, you know, making do with what I have. But hey, you know, maybe we can figure this out. here there's a punch, and here there's a score line. So I basically measured 2 marks from here and here that were 12 millimeters away, because this is 12 millimeters away, the center line of this hole from this edge, and then I just drew a score line. Then I took this template and I rotated it until it got on top of the score line, and then I took this and I punched it. So let's drill that. Okay, I'm not sure it's supposed to be like that because it's really close to where the return spring mounts to, but I don't have a template again, so hopefully that works. Alright, y'all, it was a productive day, but I think I am going to call it quits. I might email Honed and see if they think that I'm wrong with the way that I set up that brake pedal. Again, it doesn't seem correct. I basically made the distance from the edge to the center of this hole the same up here as it is here, and it's kind of close to this bracket. I'll take some pictures and send them to some friends and see what they think, but yeah, I don't think that they probably should have included dimensions for different chassis and stuff if they were prototyping it to be sold for different chassis, but it's easy to Monday morning quarterback this stuff. Anyway, I'm going to take some pictures and head inside. Take it easy, y'all.